That's the line.
Sound like Barry White.
Yeah, baby. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of
ESPOOKYS Talk.
That's right, everybody. Your favorite ESPOOKYS podcast is back. Now, my name is Arturo Noriega, and I am here to my left with the one, the only, the Brujajita Eva.
Hey, everybody. You know what time it is. It's time for the Cosmic Forecast. So today is Friday, April 17th, 2026. And thank you, everybody, for all the shout outs. I had a wonderful birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday to you.
Now 35, although nobody believed me. Everybody thought I was 25.
Really?
And I was like...
I have the opposite. Like, people go like, you're only 50? And that's when I was 40.
And then they're like, can I add a zero?
Oh my goodness.
I've been living on this earth for 400 years.
400 years. Sunny 400 years.
Can you imagine?
Oh no.
Well, so our cosmic forecast is looking a little grim. A little grim. It says, the sky isn't loud today, but it's watching. We're moving through late Aries fire, but something just feels off. It's as off as when I'm doing candle magic and like there's no wind. The windows are closed, the doors are closed, and yet the candle keeps flickering. You know?
ESPOOKYS.
Exactly. The moon drifts through Scorpio shadows, which means that we're going deep into our emotions. And because of this, we should avoid people at all costs.
Like all people?
Like all people. Like, you know how everybody's like, oh, it's Friday, let's go out? Not this Friday.
Wow, guys.
This Friday should be, oh, let's get cozy, read a book, watch your favorite movie, have some me time.
What's your favorite movie?
It's Me Time Friday. Practical Magic.
Nice. Let me think. Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock. Am I right?
Yeah, that's right.
2 points for me, guys.
Like it's trivia night.
Oh, man.
But yeah, like intuition's going to come up. You're going to have some very strange dreams. And if you don't, you probably had them last night, but can't remember them. Everything's going to feel a little vivid. And just... you're going to be slightly annoyed by everybody around you. It's just, that's the vibe today.
Is that today?
Today.
Wow, guys. What a way to kick off the weekend.
I know. It's kind of wild. It's kind of not a fantastic Friday. But hey, you could always turn things around. Mercury makes communication feel distorted. So you're going to feel like somebody is calling for you from a corner of a room. Someone's going to say something and it's going to have a double meaning. Missed signals. However, remember, the truth always comes out. If you recently have any issues with a coworker, it's probably a good time to avoid them. Go the other way. Take the scenic route.
So if I have issues with you, Prima, since we are co-workers, I have to go the other way.
I'm gonna run you over with your cart.
Yeah.
It's funny. He has a really nice cart. But yeah, it's that energy of like, you know what? I'm gonna speak my truth. I'm gonna tap into it, and I'm gonna tell you how I really feel this week. So do yourself a favor. Go to work early. Have some me time. Meditate. I don't know. Play basketball. Whatever it is you do to prepare for the day, so that you don't get stuck with all the resentment. You know, cut yourself a break.
I like it.
things to watch out for. Repeating numbers and symbols. As you know, repeating numbers are angel numbers and they all have a meaning. And feel free to use Google to search that up. Also, you're just going to remember old memories. There's going to be some nostalgia floating around today. Conversations feel encrypted. So you're either going to be kind of sneaky when having conversations. I don't know. Today is just like catty. Like people are just going to be very catty.
Just catty Friday.
Yeah. But like they're speaking from truth. It's because the Aries energy is just so high. And then with Scorpio being around, tapping into emotions. Like think about it. You're like angry and emotional. Like that is not a good combination. You know that you are not aligned and that you need to go take a chill pill. When animals around you are like not happy with you.
Macy, are you happy with us?
She's just chilling. We're good. We're good. But yeah, just be extra careful today. Think before you act. That's the big secret here. And know that even though you're feeling extra catty, you got to keep that energy to yourself. Don't put it out there in the world. But if you do, make sure you think about it. Really do a Venn diagram. The pros and the cons. Well, and with that concludes your cosmic forecast.
Nice. I like it.
Sometimes we just got to address the elephant in the room.
I myself have actually been irritable and stuff to start off a weekend, and it's not always bad, guys. So there's hope. There's hope for us all.
Well, there's so much pressure in having a good weekend. Maybe you just cancel all your plans and say, you know what, I ain't doing nothing.
All my weekends are the same. I take Macy out to walk. Lori and I just chill. It's nice.
There's nothing wrong with bed rotting.
No, I hear you.
Doing a day to yourself.
Oh, man. It's strange because when we were talking about this particular episode and we were going through a few things and you were like, I had a close call. We should do something on close calls. And I was like, man, I wish there was more people out there that didn't know my backstory, because I could tell you some crazy close calls that I've had, but nothing compares to some of the things that some of my close friends, family members have experienced. Because even though I've told the story of car crashes and guardian angels and different things like that, and I've literally been alongside of people who have passed, and I could tell you a few things about that, but some of my friends have actually seen the other side.
And experienced it, right?
Yes. And some of their experiences were, I want to say, almost stereotypical of people who have experiences.
Right.
And others were like nothing that I've ever heard. Like, wow, that's unique. That's different.
See, when it comes to close calls, and what we mean by that is death coming to visit.
Knocking on the door?
But not, exactly. But not quite taking you. Maybe just, hey, we need to chat real quick. A check-in, per se. And I laugh because, I'm trying to visualize this and it sounds pretty comedic. But it's life-changing.
Yeah.
It reminded me of the butterfly effect.
Interesting. That's an interesting take.
So hear me out.
All right.
The butterfly take in the sense of, I truly believe everybody has a purpose. The butterfly effect being, if the butterfly didn't land on that particular flower and caused a chain of events, then it wouldn't be into the reality that it is right now. And as you know, through quantum physics and string theory, we know that there are multiple realities happening all at once. So what if when you lose consciousness in one reality, you just jump into another?
Now that's interesting. That's a very interesting question.
You know, and like maybe in one reality, I'm not even a human. I'm like, I don't know, a shrub.
Of all the choices,
just a shrub.
I mean, yeah, just shrubbery. Oh my goodness.
You know, one off of like Highway 1.
Oh man, your seaside shrubbery.
Coordinates, you know, like longitude and latitude.
It's an interesting question because a lot of people say that death is final, right?
Right.
But what if it isn't? You're right. What if it isn't? We always say it. Energy's infinite. And we're just energy. Energy not supposed to die.
Right.
It just changes.
Yes, because energy doesn't cease to exist. It just gets rechanneled in some sort. So why would we not recycle our energy?
It's an interesting question.
And okay, so then the argument becomes, what is consciousness? You know, is it part of mind, body, and soul? Like, is it a group with that? Is it its own thing? And I think that's the question many people are trying to answer.
See, when I look at that particular question, my question is, if people say death is final and what if it isn't? What about the moment in between? The transfer of energy. That's what I personally feel might be that near-death experience where maybe you flatlined, maybe you're no longer breathing, whatever the case may be, and then you're brought back. That's the part that I really, it trips me out.
And the other part that's interesting is how many people, you know, through all of the research we've done, like one of the patterns that really stuck out to me was the fact that all of the people say it's peaceful. Nobody says like, oh, I was like panicking. Like, it's always peaceful.
Well, maybe.
Ooh, did you find something?
No, I'm just
something to contradict it. Ooh,
no.
Okay.
But tonight on ESPOOKYS Talk, everyone, I feel like we're going to step into that moment, that one in between everything and nothing, because that's what it's all about. I don't know, not to just jump in or anything, but I once knew a guy.
Okay.
And we had met, and we were talking about just that little kind of moment and stuff, you know. We were talking about death and things. I talk to a lot of people, guys, and I always bring up random stuff because
he talks to strangers all the time. Like
I
stranger
do.
danger, bro.
Why not? You know. And I was talking to this guy, and where were we? If I remember correctly, we were down south, but like not. He was at Fresno.
Not too down south, but down south.
I don't know. We used to go visit Bakersfield a lot. It might have been down there somewhere. Right?
All right. That makes sense.
But he was talking about someone he knew. So I don't know. Right?
Story of a story.
Story
we love
of
this
a story.
already. All right, here we go.
He was talking about a man who had a heart attack, cardiac arrest, right? But it was during surgery. And I forget exactly what he was being surgically worked on, but I remember him telling me like his eyes were taped and stuff, and he was, you know, whatever. Anyway.
It was like serious, like.
Yeah, but during that time he flatlines.
No.
Just out. Now the doctors managed to revive him after a few minutes, but when he woke up, he was like something was off, just off, and he was telling stories, and he was describing the operating room, but not just like a generally. Very specifically. He was describing exact words that doctors were saying in frustration when he was flatlined. He described a nurse dropping one of those, some type of an instrument or something behind him.
Right.
And he even remembered the song that was playing in the next room. Details he couldn't have seen. He couldn't have seen him. His eyes were taped shut. Like he was having surgery done. It's impossible. Right. And this guy said that when he asked him like how he knew all of these things, he just really calmly said, because I was standing behind the doctor the whole time.
See, I love that.
I mean, is that in between? Is that when you leave the body?
But is that any different than like astral projection?
I don't know, because astral projection, I feel, is something that's a conscious effort. This is something that you're kind of taken out. You're not attempting to do it.
But have you ever like fallen asleep? And like
I have fallen asleep, yes.
Your body, and then your soul just comes out of your body to explore.
Only time I've ever experienced that, I mentioned in one of these podcasts, when I woke up, when I saw myself, I was in the middle of the staircase of that creepy staircase of that house.
Yeah, no, but like that's astral projection, except like you weren't in control. There was no intent. It was like an accidental one.
Wow.
I believe it. I think it's totally possible.
It is.
And to be able to, describe everything. And then here's my other take, right? Is patients who are in a coma.
Yes.
They can still hear you.
That's what they say.
Like their senses still work. And, often they describe, like I could hear the music. I could hear you. I just couldn't wake up.
Yeah, but when you're in a coma, you're not flatlined. There's blood still pumping through your body. Your heart is still going.
Right.
So when you talk about someone who's completely flatlined and it's gone, isn't pumping anymore.
Right.
Like, how long does that consciousness last? And after that consciousness ends, per se, right? Where do you go? How do you go? How is that energy transfer? What portals, what phenomenon happens is really the question, because that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. Like what's a determining factor?
And standing behind the doctor, like in your physical self, like when you say standing, when I say standing, because I'm a human being, right? Yeah. I picture a human being on 2 feet, vertical, upright, like standing behind the doctor. I mean, you're there. You're laying on the table with your eyes taped.
Hovering over the doctor, like a little to the left, a little to the right.
I've read stories about people who say that they've actually exited out and were near the lights looking down on the table.
Oh.
And I can't recall exactly the story itself, because it was in one of those books about tales of, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it describes someone who said that he was observing from above.
Oh, man. And, the operating room needs really good lighting.
Oh, my goodness.
So that's wild.
I once saw a movie. Oh, it was
as he often does, watches a lot of movies.
Guys, this one's going to be very obscure. It was a Kevin Costner movie, if I remember correctly, and I think it was called Dragonfly.
Ooh, that's a cool name.
It was literally about his wife, who also was a doctor. They're both doctors.
Oh.
And she decided to go down to South America to do some doctory work with some...
Okay, like giving back?
Absolutely. And during a storm or something, the bus that they were on accidentally off the road into the river, and she passed.
Oh man, now it turned into Final Destination.
Yeah, and she was pregnant at the time.
Oh no.
So
that's just awful.
The whole story revolves around her energy, her spirit, call it what you will.
Okay.
Trying to reach out to her doctor husband to come down there to find her. And he couldn't, little things were happening. The parrot that speaks, right? The bird that was talking, that they had as a pet, would say things when the wife came home. Hi, I'm home. Whatever it would say, honey, I'm home. And would all of a sudden start saying things like that. And he would feel things and see things that he just felt that she was there. He couldn't get it out of his head. People thought he was going crazy.
Of course.
Anyways, I'm going to totally ruin this movie for everybody. So if you want to see this Kevin Costner movie, I suggest you fast forward this for a second. But he ends up, can't handle it anymore, goes down to South America. They go to this area, remote village. Nobody's supposed to go down there. He finds the bus and all of these things, blah, blah, blah. He gets to the point where this villagers are, where he's not supposed to be. It's forbidden. And he starts to show a picture of his wife. And these villagers, who can't really speak the language, but he had some translator guy with him, the guy who plays Selena's brother in Selena, is there. And he's there. And it turns out that the wife passed, but her body floated downriver. They found her body and kept her alive enough or just delivered the baby. And her spirit was going back to him to try to get him to go down there to save their child. It was such a trippy movie, guys. The whole point of me going off on that crazy tangent is if there is an in-between, if there is that spot between now and whatever's out there afterward, right? Can you manipulate it if need be? Is that what quote unquote hauntings or visiting is? Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I mean,
oh man,
that's a really good connection. I am thinking that is the in between, like the matter of unfinished business.
Yes.
Unfinished business. No, I mean, absolutely.
People talk about unfinished business quite a bit. And people talk about, you've even mentioned it before, about like something's not done. They're here, that whatever. Others with a different philosophy, I often think about that it's the residual energy just attached to things like trauma. Does it have to be trauma? Does it have to be a traumatic experience? Can it just be, hey, I really like this couch. This was my thing.
This was my couch.
This here is my pillow. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking about. And it's interesting because the reason I wanted to really talk about this topic in the first place is because, my dear members of this awesome podcast, do you remember Matthew?
I remember Matthew. Yes,
right?
I do.
And how...
Who's Matthew?
Matthew was the ghost who was my roommate.
Yes.
And I miss him every day. Well, my landlord and I had a little chat. And it turns out that not only one, but two people, both male, took their life in that home.
Oh my goodness. It's funny because I was just talking to her about this the other day, and I told her that she needed to tell you because she said, I don't think that she told you. Was this the first time that she mentioned it?
Yeah. It's the very first time that she mentioned, and
we had that.
She was like, describe him to me. And I was like, see, the thing is that like, he's very respectful and very mature, but he presents as very young. And, looks like of Portuguese descent, like hazily eyes, but more on the brown side, but not enough to say like they're truly brown. They have like a green tint to them.
Yeah, I get you.
And then, very chill, very respectful. Like, I don't know why but maybe they took their life in that bathroom. And that's why the bathroom was like a big thing.
She mentioned to me and I asked her where, and she said she wasn't sure.
Yeah. No, like, of course, like, it was disclosed that lives were lost there and things like that.
Sure.
She doesn't know the details, but I was like, I don't know. I wasn't surprised anymore. There was a big point in my life where I was really surprised by just, what I call the inner knowing, my intuition, but not anymore. Maybe it's because I'm 35 now.
Oh my goodness.
I think I've learned
to accept it. If I have to hear you say you're 35 one more time to make me feel like a grandpa. I just still can't believe it. I don't feel 35. I feel... You look 25.
Oh my God. That's what people say. But at the end of the day, like, I feel great. 35 is great.
That's great. I'm about to drink some of this whiskey myself. So we talk about those in-betweens, but I actually know a guy named Ruben. And
like
Ruben,
the sandwich?
Kind of, a little
mustard. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but when I hear...
on rye with a little mustard?
When I hear Ruben, I think of the sandwich.
No, but Ruben used to live here in Mountain View and when I was young. And as a teenager, I remember him telling me he got caught in a current out in the ocean. Because we live in Mountain View, California, guys. It's pretty close to like Santa Cruz. You can get there in an hour and a half or whatever it is.
That's because of traffic.
Yeah, because of traffic over 17. Anyways, he got caught in a current and he was pulled out into the waters, right?
Okay.
And the further he got out, the more he tried to get in, he was struggling and he went under and he drowned. He was pulled out. He was breathing, no pulse, no anything. But but the people on the beach were able to revive him.
Wow.
Crazy, right?
I mean,
And
good job, people.
Yeah, and being a teenager, we were always going like, yo, Ruben, what was it like? What was it like? You know,
Right.
we always do that. And, we're expecting that typical story, the light at the end of the tunnel.
I saw the light.
I saw my grandmama, and
Right.
whatever. But instead, he was like, yo, there was nothing. He goes, and it wasn't like a peaceful, calming nothing. He described total darkness. He described no sound, no sense of time. A feeling that was like, it was there, but it wasn't there. He said it felt like being stuck. Like he wasn't moving forward. He wasn't going back. And you know what's funny? I lost track of Ruben a long time ago,
Right.
but going into my 20s and things like that, he always refused to go swimming. He refused water.
Well, I mean, I don't blame him.
I don't blame that part, but
like
nothing.
See, I got a story like that too. Like where the man describes that it like he had a seizure and he described that he was like stuck, that he couldn't move. Like no sound, no visuals, no sense of body. He could think. And time seemed to just stretch. It was endless. Not hours, not days, but like years, like just this feeling of eternal.
Wow.
I mean, to quote him, he says, "It felt like I had been there forever and was going to stay forever.
Oh.
No pain, no fear at first, just realization, the sheer panic, because nothing changed, nothing could change. He came back to his body and it felt violent, but also like a grand escape. His biggest fear isn't death anymore. It's getting stuck." So, from both these stories, what I'm taking away is like just from that fear also comes like the fear of the void.
Yeah.
So many people don't believe in heaven or hell or anything like that, but they say that the emptiness is just a void.
What do you think about people so I'm not a religious person.
Right.
I'm going to throw that out there. I'm not a religious person, but I truly feel that I'm like spiritual. There's something out there. I believe in God, but you know what I mean?
You just can't pinpoint on what that is.
And I've kind of read up on a few religions, and it's not that I disagree with them. I just don't agree wholeheartedly with all of it.
Right. Okay.
Makes sense?
That's fair.
Yeah. But what if you don't have that faith, you don't have that belief in whatever it is after, what if that's the reason you get stuck?
Okay, that's scary and gonna give some people nightmares.
I know. It gives me nightmares sometimes.
But what if the void is a waiting space?
Oh, like the DMV? Like you have to take a number and it takes forever?
like Beetlejuice.
Oh my gosh, right.
No, but but seriously, like what if remember how I told you that I think I'm still on this earth because I'm the bridge between the in-between? I truly think that I'm here. I died. I legitimately died 2012 when I was at that stop sign and I saw it. And then I either A, jumped into a different timeline, B, got cloned, C, aliens brought me back to, so many theories. But I knew in that moment, I was like, oh man, that's a terrible way to die. But I was laughing because that's how I deal with anything traumatic. Like I kind of like laugh through it.
Yeah.
It's like a nervous laugh. Okay. Don't be judgy out there. Being vulnerable here. And so I truly think that when I came back, from what felt like a very vivid dream, but it wasn't like a dream because like it was like the blink of an eye.
Wow.
And I got it's almost like playing video games, but you get one more chance. And then, for the longest time, I felt
You regenerate.
like I'm talking old school video games like Sonic and Mario, but don't get distracted.
I'm trying not to.
So it's interesting because for a really long time, I felt this piece of me missing. Like I couldn't understand why I was still here, why I was given another chance. And interestingly, while chatting with some close friends of mine, I think it's like the butterfly effect. Like I'm here to help move something forward. And that's the hope, right? But there's a song out there by Joy Lucas called The Butterfly Effect. And it is an explicit song, so, use your judgment. Be good humans. But it makes sense. Like, things are connected. We've been doing this podcast for a while now. And I will say that as humans, the connections we make are what shape our reality. Like so many famous artists are influenced by things, and that helps them make their media and share a message. And that message could inspire someone into writing a bill where people are living better lives, like, free healthcare, things that will make society better. Or the complete opposite. We come up with less rights for people and more money for my pocket, whatever it is. But I truly think that it's all interconnected. It has to be, because we're a network of people. I mean, the internet has only brought us closer together to share ideas and thoughts.
Yeah.
Wow, I sound like I'm talking about conspiracies now, but it is a table talk here. So
it is a table talk.
What you got yourself into.
Man. It's interesting that you said a couple of things. Number one, it's super interesting that you ask yourself why. Why?
100%.
Why, right? That is a phenomenon itself called like survivor syndrome or survivor guilt, which is, if I remember correctly, it's experienced by those who survive some type of a crazy thing, a catastrophic event, usually though when others die. You know what I mean? Like, why was my life spared?
Right.
Why? They question themselves. Feels like you have some of that going on, yo.
I mean, thank you for the free therapy here.
I'm trying to help you out.
It does make sense. Like I did feel like lucky and blessed, but I did feel like, well, if that was my end, like I'm cool. I paid my time, like I don't fear death. I think death is the most beautiful experience that I'm going to experience.
Well, not only that, when you die, you're going to get the keys to heaven.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that part. That's just a little perk.
It's a perk.
But at the same time, it's like,
when I die, I'm feeding worms. Like, it's going to be horrible. Oh man,
I totally forgot about that. It's just important. I guess the message here is like, it's so important to practice gratitude.
Yeah.
And but for a really long time, I did feel guilty on why was I blessed enough when I've seen people or have known people who are super deserving, loving, like they're true humanitarians, always giving back, and their lives get taken so early. So yes, I do now see that I have a little bit of that syndrome.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. When you were in that particular situation, was it just like a blink? You were someplace else, whatever, or did you hear something?
See, in that moment, I can hear like my thoughts, but it's no different than like when I dream. That's always really confused. But from the moment, because again, if you don't know the story, I'm gonna give a little insight, a little summary here. I was leaving my friend's house from studying for a test that we had the next day. And I even called the study session early because I knew from the moment that I like transitioned from like finishing our study chapter to like hey, I just want to let you know that I'm gonna die. And I just knew, like with all my soul, like I just knew that was it. And then, she thought I was playing, and I was like, well, that's not something nice to play with. But I do tend to be a jokester sometimes. And I was like, no, I'm being serious. Like, and as I drove home, I just knew. And I even tried like taking a different route, and then it didn't matter. It didn't matter what I did. There's no escaping death. Like, I knew in my heart that was it.
Wow.
And then getting to that stop sign, being 2 blocks away from my parents' house where I lived at the time, and knowing, and then getting a vision, averting the situation, and then getting to my parents' house and being white as a ghost, like where my mom's giving me tea, and I'm just like I just felt so out of place. Like, it just wasn't right. So I totally understand when these people in their near death experience stories are saying, like, it just didn't feel right. Like, you just feel off. Like, you don't belong. And that is like the worst feeling. So yes, I would rather be feeling guilty and trying to reason myself, because the feeling of knowing you don't exist in this timeline, like you're out of place, is awful.
Sounds creepy.
It's the worst feeling ever. And so trying to reason to that, like, I mean, even today, like, I experienced it, and I still have a hard time being like, okay, no, that happened. Like, just accept it. The acceptance of it is unreal, because I don't think I'll experience it again. And if I do, then I'll be like, all right, now it's happened twice. It must be factual. Isn't that how that works?
It's how it works. That's got to be a crazy experience. That's got to be crazy just to feel that way. But I asked you that particular question because of a story that I read that reminded me of your incident.
Okay.
It was about a woman who was driving late at night, and a truck ran a red light.
Oh, man.
So she would have been hit directly, but right before the impact, she literally heard a voice say, "Move." And it wasn't her own thought. You were talking about, you could hear it was not her own thought.
Yeah.
It wasn't panic. It was clear. It was calm. It was direct. It was commanding. And she jerked the wheel just enough to avoid a fatal collision.
Whoa.
So the truck slammed into the back of her car instead, and she survived the impact. But to this day, they say that she insists she never decided to move. Something told her to.
That has to be like her guardian angel looking after
I was
her,
thinking about the same thing. You know, I had a guardian angel, 6-foot blonde guy.
Oh man, I still want his number.
But it's very interesting that she recognizes that it was a voice. She recognizes that it was speaking to her. She recognizes it gave her a command, and that particular command saved her life.
Yeah, because now she has the survival. What did you call it? I survived
Survivor
this.
guilt or survivor syndrome.
And then she wants to show gratitude to whatever voice she heard. That is a wild phenomenon. And is that a miracle? What do we call that? I do want to share that although I didn't hear anything, my near-death experience, it's not the only one. So, the reason I'm not a certified certified nurse, I want to be a surgical nurse. That was my path in life. But you know what happens when you have a plan.
Yep. You end up being on the spooky stock. And so damaged my right arm, lost feeling in 2 fingers. So it's like, okay, we can't be a surgical nurse, but can't hold tools and, and things like that. And I got in this car accident, but I knew it was coming. I could see it through my rear view mirror, but it was like spidey senses, like a tingling feeling in your body.
and I just knew it was coming and there was nothing I could do. But I did feel my grandmother, may she rest in peace, hold me. Like put her hands on me to hold me against
Wow.
the car seat, you know, like because it wasn't the seatbelt, because you could see hands, like very faintly, hands on my chest.
Wow.
Holding me down.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And so what happened is my subconscious couldn't let go of the wheel because I was going to go left. So then the last second, like millisecond, we're talking milliseconds here, my right hand was holding on to the steering wheel to move so that when impact happened, the car would go the other direction, not left, where a school bus was unloading children. Children were crossing the street, and it's all because where I was, there's a small curve. And remember, this is a residential area. This car was going 55 plus. In a residential area, we're supposed to be going 15, and with the bus there, you should be stopped. So just wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah.
Luckily, it was an older car. Her name was Aurora. It was a Honda del Sol. Took all the impact. Nothing happened to me, but my hand was holding on to the steering wheel. There's the center console doesn't have like padding because it's an older model.
Right.
And so it hit me right on the elbow where the nerve lives, and that's why those two fingers lost feeling. But just the fact that A, I knew it was coming, B, my grandmother put her hands on me so that I wouldn't get like whiplash or anything worse, right?
That's amazing.
To walk out of there with just a sprained elbow is wild. It's just wild to me. But now I've experienced something special one more time. So
Yeah.
I'm just like, I have to find out what this purpose is. What am I the butterfly effect to? Maybe it's this podcast.
I mean, that was my guess.
Remember when I tell you about the universe where spooky stock doesn't exist?
Oh, no one wants to live there. Nobody wants to live there.
That's my favorite answer.
There are so many stories. I've read so many things. I myself have never experienced the other side, and I'm okay with that.
You're not calling it, not manifesting it?
I'm just saying, I'm not manifesting. No, I'm okay with that. I have been alongside of several people, unfortunately, that have passed. You know,
I'm sorry to hear that.
it's okay. This can get personal because I was in the room when my father passed, and my father held on. He held on until all of his kids were in that room, and some were driving from very, very far away. And he held on till we were all there and telling him it was okay, that we were all going to take care of each other. And that's when he let go.
You know what, though? That makes sense because your father, but the people that don't know, boxer.
Oh, yeah.
So he's a fighter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he fought it. He fought it for a while. I worked at a health club in Stockton where a elder gentleman, but a very in shape elder gentleman, collapsed on a treadmill.
Oh, man.
And because I was one of the first ones there trying to help make sure, whatever.
Because you're a good person. Mm-hmm.
True that. So when paramedics arrived, though, and they arrived pretty quickly, I had to hold the IV bag while they were doing whatever they were trying to do. And he kind of held on for a while, that eventually passed away. And I had to be watching. It was pretty intense.
I mean, I hate to have you recall the moment, but
too late.
did it feel like, what did you feel?
I don't know what I felt at that time. I was much younger, man, and not in a good place myself. So I didn't feel a whole lot. I almost feel bad that I didn't feel more. Does that make sense? Like, it was like, I mean, you're just kind of like, it is what it is.
You were a little bit in like a shock. Like nobody's like,
of course,
nobody's like, well, I've been training for this my whole life. You know what I mean? Like,
of course. But I always wondered that in between. I always wondered, like, what do you think of? what happens? There's something called 7 minutes of memory where some people say that your brain has a last surge of like energy. I think it's like a gamma energy or whatever. And
Okay.
that for the last 7 minutes after you pass, that surge of energy emits the memories for like 7 minutes. And that's why people say my life flashed before my eyes and stuff like that. It's not scientifically proven, guys. Don't start quoting me on this, but I definitely have read that somewhere.
Right. No, that makes sense.
It's just crazy stuff. Little things,
See, the reason I brought up, like, what did you feel in that moment is because I have a theory. Because I've experienced someone passing, but at the time I was studying to be a certified nurse assistant. And death is cold. When death is lingering around, it's very, very cold. But not just a temperature cold. It's like time slows down and then it gets cold, but it's even hard to breathe.
Mm.
And it's almost hard to breathe like when you had a really good cry and you're gasping for air, like that. And like you can't reason why it's so hard to breathe, but it's like heavy. Like you just feel so heavy. But it's peaceful.
Mm.
So peaceful. And it's mind-blowing. Because I've passed by people at like supermarkets or like when I'm going to the grocery store and I'm like, death is near. And I think that's a creepy feeling to feel, knowing that this complete stranger is going to go soon.
Yeah.
Which is probably why I ended up not being in the medical field. Don't think that would have been a good fit.
I don't know. I brought up the 7 minute thing because I knew a guy named Scotty, and he survived like an accident that should have probably killed him instantly. Like it was, that car was messed up. The engine was in the front seat. There was a small live space, it was crazy. But he used to say things like that moment that he quote unquote died.
Right.
That he experienced something that wasn't really a place, not a tunnel, not a light, not a person, but like a review. It was like every moment of his life flashing by. Not just what he did, not what others, felt because of what he did. It wasn't like, he didn't describe it as painful or regretful. He didn't express kindness. He just said it was all of it. It was everything all at once.
That reminds me of that movie.
I know.
Everything all at once. No,
Yeah.
but no, it makes sense.
Yeah, but then because he's back, he wakes up, he's alive, whatever. He said that the only overwhelming thought he has was that he was sent back for a reason. And then the rest of his life, he was searching for that reason. Scotty, by the way, passed away, like for real passed away. But he was an illness, but for the rest of his life, he was searching for the reason of why he survived. And Scotty did some shady stuff back in his day. So did I. But you know what I mean? We did it together. But we did some shady stuff, and for the rest of his life, he was searching for the reason that he was spared. I think it was that guilt thing too.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's what I was thinking. That's why I was laughing, because I'm like, oh man, like I can relate, right? The shoe fits. But also, that's a very beautiful message. Like, I don't want to be searching for the rest of my life. I am just gonna exist and be like the butterfly that just lands on the correct flower. And everything else happens in the best way possible.
Yeah.
But it makes sense. And I think that everybody is able to reach redemption. Well, my brother works for the fire service. There was a woman trapped, lost consciousness,
man,
due to too much smoke. She didn't see the flames. She was now in her childhood home. And her home was perfect. Just the way she remembered it. And her mom was standing in the kitchen. Her back turned. And she called out to her mom. But her mom didn't respond. When she finally turned, her face was wrong. Not in like a demony, monstrous way.
You scared me.
But just empty.
I don't like that.
Like something trying to look at her. But she couldn't quite make sense of what it was. That's when the illusion broke. She woke up outside as the firefighters dragged her out. What she realized, not everything you see on the other side is what it claims to be. So not every story.
She may not have gone upstairs.
That's what I'm saying.
She may have taken the escalator down to the basement, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Wow.
She had a little bit of a fall from the gates of heaven.
Dang.
I think that's worse, is like it not having a face at all.
Well, yeah.
Or like emptiness, like a mannequin, but with like
No.
like an iRobot kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
no, I know what you're saying.
Just like,
That's some creepiness right there.
yeah, like I think that's worse.
Oh, yeah, it's totally worse.
Like, just gave me, but I had to include it because
No, it's good.
you know, there's the good, the bad, and apparently the ugly. So.
I'm telling you. But these stories hit so hard because of that. Across different people and places and beliefs, the patterns are eerily similar, but super different. You know, some people see the light, others see darkness. Some people feel peace, you know, others feel fear. Many describe a presence, but everyone says that it was more real than real life.
Yeah.
It's creepy. Some people say that death is the end, but for these people, it was just the beginning of something they just can't explain. And maybe the scariest part, like you're saying, isn't dying. It's what might be waiting when you do.
Ooh,
Right?
that gives me chills.
Oh, guys. It gives us a lot to think about.
But maybe death isn't a place you arrive. Maybe it's a place that decides if you can stay.
I don't know, guys. I don't know. But
You know, like, or what if right now this is my death?
well, let me tell you something.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Here at this table, I get to decide, and you can't stay here. It's time, guys. It's hit that time. I really, really hope that you guys enjoyed the little journey, because let me tell you, I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep tonight. There's a lot of thinking going on.
yeah, I feel like I need to do a part 2.
Maybe.
I feel like I had more to add.
Maybe we'll do part 2. But it is.
Tune in.
Yeah, tune in, guys. Tune in. But it is that time. And tonight, as you venture into your room and put your head on your fluffy pillow to lay down for your nightly slumber, please do not forget to look under that bed.
Lock your closets and your mirrors and even your windows. Just in case.
Just in case, because it's a spooky time.